All right, so let's talk about male and female friendships, okay? And then also why probably or maybe you don't have to worry about your chick's platonic male friends, okay? Now, first of all, when you're filtering her male friends through your guy brain, you got to understand males and females are not the same, and their friendships are not the same. How a female views her guy friends is not the same as how most males view their female friends. Most males want to fuck their female friends. They're not friends with females, okay? If, there's no female that a guy really wants to be friends with, that he couldn't get that friendship and needs met from a dude, okay? Unless it was a chick that he used to want to bang or a chick that he currently wants to bang. And usually it's in the current. Because guys are like that, and guys are like that, it tends to make a lot of you guys a little paranoid about what her male friends are all about and why she keeps male friends around. Now, there's a pretty good chance if you've picked if you have a chick who's not insecure and you made a good choice, there's a good chance that you don't have anything to worry about because she views her guy friends like girlfriends. So her best guy friends are like her girlfriends, okay? She knows logically they have penises, but that's not how she interacts with them. That's not how she acts with them. She interacts with them like she would want to interact with a girlfriend. But the problem is a lot of her girlfriends are cunts. Okay? So the reason why she might prefer to be hanging around with dudes is because females are very competitive with each other. There's a lot of intersexual competition. So a lot of females are constantly backstabbing each other, and you have to watch your back around other females if you're a female, with what she might be saying about you behind your back, what she might be doing. There's a whole little drama that often happens with female friend circles that don't happen in guy friend circles. So sometimes a female just wants a friendship that she can have without having to deal with all the drama of the female bullshit. And that's why she prefers sometimes guy friends. But she looks at those dudes like they're girls, okay? Because once a female puts a guy outside of the realm of being a sexual option, she means it. When she friend zones a dude or she puts a dude in that category, that means she does not consider him a sexual option, okay? Women have evolved to protect their womb. They can only mate with a certain number of people that have a certain number of kids within their lifetime. So whereas guys evolved to spread seed amongst multiple females and have as many offspring as they could, right? So men are wired differently in this sense. Females are used to having to protect the vagina, all right, from incoming attacks of penises. So females are constantly vetting out and pushing away dudes in favor of their best sexual options, all right? So when she's genuinely friends, and we're not talking about male orbiters, which is a whole different category, when she feels a genuine friendship towards a guy, she puts him in a category of being of a non-sexual category, and that's where she has him placed. And so she could be single, and if he were to try things, she would probably say, "Get the fuck off me." She doesn't view him as a sexual option. And that is why you probably don't have to worry about these guy friends. Now, that being said, the guys may have other options. A guy has to suspend a biological drive to want to mate with every chick he sees. So in order for a guy to be friends with a female, he has to suspend that biological drive. Doesn't mean he can't do it. All right, guys do it all the time. Guys can be platonic with females, but they have to suspend a mating drive in order to do it. They have to take an extra step. And I will tell you, in the wrong circumstance, right, maybe a little bit of alcohol, maybe a little bit of emotional vulnerability, that guy will probably sleep with his female friend. Whereas in the wrong circumstance for a female, if she has him in that friend category, truly in the friend category, then she ain't sleeping with him. And so this is why you don't need to have this insecurity. If you're her best sexual option, you're her dominant alpha male that she's chosen to be with in a relationship, you don't need to give a shit about these other dudes. Now, that being said though, she needs to be making sure that she maintains healthy boundaries with her guy friends, okay? That's where you run into trouble. When you do have to worry is when she doesn't have healthy boundaries with her guy friends. Then those guys aren't really guy friends. Those are orbiters. Those are guys that are sexual options that she keeps on the sidelines in case you fuck up. When she gets insecure about you, she can turn to them for emotional, sexual, and possibly physical attention. She's looking to monkey branch or mate switch or cheat with one of those dudes, okay? Women are wired to do both. They're wired to keep platonic friendships, and they're also wired to monkey branch and cheat. So it's your job is to recognize the nature of those relationships and which is which. If she is somebody who is insecure and has a lot of, just problems pair bonding, and she's an insecure person, insecure women will keep these male orbiters because they don't have the internal security or belief that things are going to be okay, even if it breaks up with you and her. If she's somebody who is a serial monogamist, who hops from boyfriend to boyfriend, or somebody who always has to have dick around, who can't take a break, can't be by herself, and by the way, unfortunately, I'm describing most women, which sucks, but it's the truth, okay? If she can't be by herself after a breakup, if she has periods of just monkey branching from dude to dude, that's a pretty good sign that a lot of her male friends, or at least a portion of them, aren't actually friends, right? They're actually sexual options that she will mate switch to. I recommend that you never be in a long-term relationship with that person. There might be good for sex, companionship, hanging out. You better not put a ring on that shit, and you better not be in a long-term situation with a chick like that. It's only a matter of time before she decides that you are not valuable enough for her to go off and fuck around and cross a boundary with one of these monkey branch guys, one of these orbiters. All right, but that is what you will determine and vet out in the beginning of the dating scenario, in the beginning of the before there's even a relationship defined yet. You should be vetting out whether she is the kind of girl who has a bunch of insecurities, who needs penis around all the time, and who is going to keep around male orbiters for male attention and for resources and for favors. Guys that she knows these dudes want to have sex with her, and yet she keeps them around and uses her sexuality for companionship, favors, special treatment, whatever it may be. And if that's the kind of person she is, then you're at a high risk of her cheating or monkey branching later. And I don't recommend being in any kind of commitment with that person. All right? But if you've made a good selection and she's secure and she has healthy friendships with guys, you're right. A lot of those guys probably want to bang her. If she's a hot girl, all of her guy friends want to bang her at some point. They might not. They might, put a barrier up or something. Because let's say they're a married guy and they don't want to cheat, so they'll put that barrier up. But yeah, their chimpanzee brain probably wants to bang her, of course. But who gives a fuck? If you're uncomfortable with that, then don't date hot girls. Okay, but if you're a dominant male and you're secure in yourself, you're not going to give a shit about that. Your concern is what her choices are going to be and how she's going to behave and act and the boundaries that she's going to set. That's what's important, because if she doesn't set healthy boundaries, it doesn't matter if it's her friend of 10 years or something that she decides to sleep with, that she used to sleep with but she never told you about, or whether it's a stranger she meets at a party or a bar or something like that. If she doesn't have healthy boundaries, she's going to be susceptible to mate switching or cheating on you once things get hard enough in your relationship. And believe me, they will get hard, because long-term relationships are not easy to maintain. Okay, so there's your answer. Okay, that's gives you some decoding tools as far as male-female friendships. I always say men and women aren't really friends. Well, I mean, what I mean is that their friendships are not the same as male and male friends and as female to female friends. Okay, the dynamic is usually different, but if your female has healthy boundaries, she's usually picking guy friends because they're a hell of a lot better to be friends with than some of her competitive girls, okay, that act like bitches behind her back. So she doesn't want that drama, all right? And she sees those dudes as her girlfriend. Her best guy friend is basically her girlfriend. So that being the case, you don't have anything to worry about. So you don't need to bring your insecurities to the table and fuck your relationship up or your interaction with your hot girl that you're trying to be happy with because of her male friendships, if she's setting proper boundaries. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Okay? I want to be able to get more messages out to more people, and you can help me to do that by hitting the subscribe button. If you have a need of coaching, go into the description and send me a message from there. Thanks for tuning in.